Hello everybody, this is Floopy-Doo and welcome back to the next episode of my Factorio Let's Play. I hope you are excited for the project of the next few episodes, because what I actually want to do is get into science. More specifically, get into blue science. So we are not that far off in comparison of research to get to blue science. I just need to research the sulfur processing and then the chemical science pack itself. What we are quite some while off, let me actually do sulfur processing while I'm talking, is we need to get a lot of things automated. So in the research view, we can actually look what we need. We need sulfur, advanced circuits, and engine units. So for engine units, we can actually already craft that. Engine units are one of those few crafting recipes you actually need an assembly machine for. You can't handcraft it yourself, so we need to automate it anyway. It's quite easy. We just need iron gear wheels and pipes. Those are easily automated and they don't need much material. So iron gear we have automated a lot. It's just a simple. It's just some plates, as we can see here. And for the pipes, it's actually quite easy as well. It's just a simple iron plate. So they're even cheaper than the gears. So quite easy to automate. We can do that easily. Next step would be the red circuits. The red circuits, there we have a problem. We need plastic bars. And plastic bars need petroleum gas. Petroleum gas, well, you only get it from crude oil, an oil refinery. And to get crude oil, let me scroll over, you can actually don't see that, we actually only get it from an oil refinery itself. We actually can only get it from pumping jacks. And we haven't done any automation regarding the fluid system and pumping of crude oil. So I'm down here for a specific reason. As you might be able to see, we have two patches of crude oil over here in our protected sector, as I like to call it now, because we built that huge wall on our eastern border the other day. We still have some more crude oil up on the land bridge that connects in the north. So I don't want to build anything up here because then I have to get it down here. There's a lot of biters around and I probably will get attacked pretty soon. But down here we can actually build something. The problem is it's not a big yield. It's about 200% of yield, so yield will diminish over time. The more we pump out, the more the yield will diminish. So when those will just ripple out a little bit of oil, but not much anymore. So it will go down to about 10% or maybe even lower. It depends a little bit on the oil patch itself. So, but one thing I want to do is I want to build up all the infrastructure we need to get to blue science. So what we can do first is, because we're gonna need it, we need some automation that resolve around the pipes. I know we need a lot of pipes going forward because I need to connect everything up to pipes. That is the pumping jacks to the oil refinery, later on to chemical plants, and so on and so on. So we need to have that. Another thing, so that is one thing to do. Another thing is then create automation around some of the parts here. I know I will need quite a lot of engines down the road, especially for some automation regarding pumps, because we will need a lot of pumps. Then we will need automation. We need to automate the red circuits because we need a lot of them. And let me tell you, as soon as we get into blue sign in the blue chips, we need a ton of red and even more green circuits. So we need those a lot, and we will probably, as you might remember, I did some markings where I actually want to put automation for red and blue circuits. Let me tell you, we will need a lot more regarding space. But for now, we will just put a little factory up here. So I think what I want to do is actually get into the crude oil processing first. We will do some quick automation regarding the pumps, the pipes and the underground pipes, because then that is done and we don't have to worry about it. Let me see. Yes, I need to repair that so I can walk up the attack point and repair that while I talk to you more about my plan. So I want to do the automation for that. I think I will be able to put it in, squeeze it somewhere in between here, maybe add it on top of here. It's just 2 assembly machines and 2 output chests that should be quite easy to do. Here. And that will be my plan. So with that repair, I think some more better, I want to say some better ammunition for that. And you can see we already ran out of some, and then I can see there is some iron over here and I want to grab that. So that over, go fix that real quick. So what I can do and I will do is extend this belt upwards. It's just those two machines. So if I do something like this, it actually work. So one thing is I need pipes, and then I need more pipes. Here I need iron, there I need iron. So let me pull this up. So we have iron. If I input iron on both sides, I can move that. What I can do and I want to do, I can actually build a buffer chest. So this buffer chest is just here to buffer the items that are built in here. 3 stacks. So everything that is crafted will go into the buffer chest and then repurposed in our 3rd chest. When I add another chest down here, I can move it here and have 2 here. Because what I know is, since you use 10 pipes, you need to craft them quite quickly, and with that should be easy to do. Okay, so let me replace those power poles as well, or maybe just add because I don't like this any weird. Oh, that's it's not that one. Then it will be that one over here. So I actually have those connected and they start to produce. As you can see, I have enough input craft. I know the ratios do not match up, but for the sake of that, I do not really care. I just want those automated. I will back, why not now? But so they can start crafting, and I have plenty of iron left, so that should be fine. So with that done, we actually have the automation that helps us improve the base. Here, grab 2 stacks. The advanced ammunition packs and deploy them in our towers. on our western border, because we have a lot of biters here, and I would love to not be attacked here. Get that out there. That should help me be not as vulnerable. I can replenish the towers over here. I know that the ammo usage in those towers, and the rest should be rather fine. Ooh, you are down. Up, up. Well, here we go. Up, fill up, up. Here. So that should be good for now. So let me get back into building our next automation, and what I want to do is actually build the automation for extracting the oil and and producing and converting it from crude oil to, how's it called? Not crude oil. Crude oil towards petroleum. Nice. We already have about a stack here, and as soon as we have a stack, we will actually backlog those items. Go. Because I know I will use a lot of undergrounds in that process. The one downside on I feel is with pipes, you can actually cannot walk through them, and that makes it quite hard to create the fluid system. Blue signs. So first off, we need 2 pumping jacks. I will create those. They will use iron gears and some pipes. Could have actually taken them, but well, too late. And after that, we need an oil refinery. What the oil refinery will do, the oil refinery will need in the beginning just crude oil, and then it will split it. But you can actually enhance the processing, which is down here, where you actually have better splitting in total, which helps a lot automating. So for now, when I get, so I have pumping jacks, I will build them up for now like this. And as soon as I get my refinery, I will pop that down for you. Well, and automating. Right now we have pumping jacks. Those pumping jacks, they have an output that is a fluid output, and you can see it's different than miners. They actually show me how much oil a second liquid they put out. And as you can see right now, the spring, the oil spring has at about power a yield of about 101%. So if that drops down, we actually drop down not to 10 oil a second, we actually drop 1 oil a second. And that will happen all of them. In the long run, we will actually, that will not suffice at all for our production. So for now, that should be enough. So now, process of getting me some pipes, getting me underground pipes done, available place, and then able to. I will make some more gears here. As you can see, we already have 2 stacks pipe and 1 stack of underground. So I will leave that producing. Could use lamps, and what I also will need is steel. Barely have any left in inventory, so stacks. Then craft about 10 power poles. 4. Because then I have to route up. Route the plastic I gonna create. I have to route up. So now I not be able. It's not the prettiest. It will actually bring power to where I need it. Down here. Oh. Now I can connect it up. So one thing you need to know that fluid pipes have some quirks to it. So I down some of the pipes. So as you can see, they connect. And if you have a pipe with 2 different fluid types, and I actually get a problem because they would mix. So if I have, so what I will not be able to do is I will not be able to connect 2 pipes, lay 2 pipes right next to each other because they connect always, even if they have fluids, and that can mess up your quite easily. What you can do though is actually have 2 underground belts like right next to each other. Those underground belts, they don't connect like that. They would only connect if you have a connection in with a regular pipe. So that would make so I can run them in parallel quite easily. Problem is if I have, it just needs quite a lot of space. So if I want to have an intersection or a crossing, then I need something like that, and I need to get the other part underneath and so on, which makes it quite difficult to create those fluid networks. It's manageable, but you know the quirks. Another thing is that the more pipes you add, the less fluid is pushed through at a second. So if you just have 1 pipe, I think it's about 3,000 entities a second of fluid, and then it drops down to 1500, 1800, 1500, and I think after it has a stop at 17 pipes. So I think with 17 pipes you are down to about 100 per second, but it can't drop any lower. So you always have at least 100, and what you do is then put power pumps in between that also define like fluid direction to get it up and running. So let me connect that real quick, because as I can see, we already running towards the end of the episode, and I just want to show you how that works. So I can connect those up, and I will connect it towards our the refinery. I will select the crude oil recipe, and then you can see we have 1 input and 1 output. So before 1.0, it actually was that both inputs were crude oil and all inputs were, say, the petroleum. That is not the case anymore, but that is just a basic setup, and I want to wrap up the episode here. What we will do next time, actually finish that the automation. We'll go into the processing of plastic, and then how we route it towards our goal, towards the red circuit factory. But for now, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode and learned something from it. Please leave a like or a dislike onto the episode and to let me see how you liked it, and so I can improve and leave feedback. If you consider subscribing, that would mean a ton to me, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Up until then, I wish you a great day and see you